Hello, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my knitting and crochet podcast. Oh, let's turn the camera right on. Today is May 16 and this is episode 27. Coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutch English. It's a very warm day today. It's so I don't wear many clothes, only a few, and it feels a bit naked. Do you say that? Like, is that the right term? It feels a bit naked to film a podcast on YouTube, but it is knitting. It is knitting, but I get overheat very soon. And I don't like that. I'm not a nice person when I am overheated. So this is what it is, maybe for the whole summer. I will tell you all about this top in a minute. But first, yes, what do you need to know? If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I love your comments. I love your nice words about my English, about my projects, and all the help you sent me with explaining how you say things in English. Last week it was about the snot nose, a snot nose. I forgot what I have to say when I have a snot nose. But I now know it's not a snot nose. A snot nose is a little naughty kid, and it's also in Dutch. We call it a snot nose, but we call this a snot nose too. So I have very much fun when I read all the comments. But we go to the knitting. Oh, if you are a new viewer, welcome to my YouTube channel. I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk. So that's the golden combination for a knitting podcast. I try to make a podcast every week. I made an episode in Dutch and an episode in English. And I only do it in English since episode 20, so there are only a few, but they will grow. And in Dutch I tell you all about my handwerkperikelen, and in English it's like I will tell you all about my craft adventures from the last week, and I like it more in Dutch. Handwerken, craft is more like knutselen. Craft is more, it feels more, handwerken is all with a yarn, with a thread and a needle, crochet, embroidery, knitting, sewing by hand. And craft feels more like also with paper or painting, or a more general term, I don't know, but you know what I mean. I'm a knitter and a crocheter. Mainly, yes, that's what I do. And I have knitting projects, but I started a new granny square project, a very nice one. If you love crochet and you love knitting, you must see what I started. It's perfect combination of these two crafts. Okay, but first, what I wear, I forgot the name of my headband. This is my summer version of a pattern. Actually, it's knitted in a summer yarn, and let me see. No, I don't remember the name. I will put a link to my Ravelry project page in the description box below. But it's a cotton yarn. A mix, I guess. I don't know anything about it anymore. This is a soft cotton yarn, and I love to wear more cotton headbands in summer because the woolly ones get itchy when when the temperature is rising. My skin is, I can have all itchy wool direct to my skin, but not when I'm warm. When the temperature rises, the wool gets itchy. When it's low temperature, no problems, but when I'm overheat, I don't want to wear wool right to my skin. And it's also, this top is also wool, maybe not the best choice for a summery top, but I love this yarn. And I guess when I start knitting this top, it was the only right yarn in my stash for this. I don't remember. But what I wear is My Little Secret Crop, a pattern from Jessie Made Designs, and I knitted this one, I guess 2 years ago, 2020, maybe 2019 already, and it's absolutely my favorite knitted summer top. I wear it all the time, and it makes me very happy. So I will put also, I did the crossed straps, and I made it a bit longer because crop top is not my, I'm 40 years old, and I will not say you cannot wear a crop top when you're 40 years old, but it doesn't fit me, it doesn't suit me, it's not my style. It's no, I like it longer, so I made it longer, and it could be a bit, I guess, 1 inch, 2 inch shorter. So sometimes I put it in my skirt, but yeah. Okay, so I love this very much, so I want to make another one, but and this is also my first finished object. I made another one, a very, very little one. Let me see, I told you about it last week, but I don't remember exactly what I told, so I will tell you everything, I guess. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and when she was little, I could crochet and knit clothes for her, but when she gets older, she doesn't want that anymore. I guess it's normal for that kind of age, it's okay. But now we were talking about summer tops, and she said, I would love to have one, and we looked at some patterns, and yeah, she said, oh, I want it. So I started this one, but we had a misunderstanding about the pattern. She thought I was talking about, we have seen many summer tops together, but she thought I was talking about more one with a V-shaped neckline with some triangles, cups for your breast. Do you say it? You know what I mean. We also saw a pattern, I guess from Kadri. I don't know if I pronounce it the right way, but she thought I was talking about that top. I was talking about My Little Secret Crop because I had this pattern already. Maybe it was a free one. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. It is absolutely my favorite top. And my rule for me is I knitted her a few sweaters, I guess, a scarf maybe. I don't know exactly. But she doesn't wear it. So I love to knit for my kids, but I don't love to knit for my kids when they don't wear it. I rather knit for myself then. So my new rule is I only knit something for them in the color I like, in the pattern I like, and in the size I can fit in my own when they don't want to wear it. And it's totally okay, because then I have a garment or whatever, and everybody's happy. So I started this in Lang Yarns Norma, and actually I guess it's the first time I knit in a plant fiber yarn, although not in a woolly yarn. This is 55% organic cotton, 35% modal, and 10% viscose. I hope I say it right. In a lovely color 87. And yeah, it feels very soft, and it feels very, yeah, it has a bit of a shine, and yeah, it feels okay. But it was the first time I worked with it, I guess. Yes. Oh, this is not Lang Yarns Norma, but I cast it on, and my size is small, but my daughter's size is extra small, and so I cast it on, and I was a bit in a doubt, but I tried it on and I fit in it. So I was happy. So when she don't like it, I fit in it. And I was knitting quite a few rounds, and she tells me, but that's not the top we talked about, isn't it? And we've checked and we discovered the misunderstanding, and I fit in it again and thought, I love the color, I love the pattern, and the size is okay. I would choose a small size for myself, but extra small worked well also. I don't know if that was a correct sentence, but it doesn't bother. So I knit, and I finished it, and I asked her, can you put it on? And she tried it on, and she said, oh, I love this, I want to have this. And it was totally okay, because I would love to have it too, but there were a few things, and one of the main things was it is cropped. And I measured with this top. Oh, excuse me. I measured with this top for this length. I guess I thought it's the good length, so I want this too. But what I didn't do was when you stretch it out, it gets shorter, of course. But I hield daar geen rekening mee. I didn't thought about that. So this is the same length as my crop top, this one, but when I put it on, it stretches out because it's 3x3 rib, so there's a lot of stretch in it, and it gets a bit shorter. So it's, I guess, 20 rows, at least 20 rows too short for me. And of course, I could have ripped out the front and the straps, but you don't want to rip out a finished object because you have a long list with new cast-ons, and you don't want to put some time again in a finished object. The other thing was, I'm changing my knitting style at the moment. I'm a continental knitter. As a child, I learned English style, the way we learn here in the Netherlands, with two long straight needles, and it wasn't my style. I could do it, but it doesn't make me happy. About 12 years ago, I discovered crochet, and granny squares were my real love. So I did crochet all the time, and then I tried knitting again, and I discovered continental knitting. And as a crocheter with my yarn in the left hand, I'm right-handed, but with my yarn in the left hand, continental knitting felt much more intuitive. So that was my thing. It makes me very happy. It was a bit of practice. My brain has to learn the new way of knitting, but it felt much more better, and it was very good. But the last years, as a continental knitter, my hands are feeling perfect with it. I love it. I can knit fast, and I love it. But my knitting work is not as neat as I want it to be. The stitches are, I'm looking for the word, irregular. Is that a nice word? In Dutch we say onregelmatig. My stitches are very irregular, and especially the purl stitches. And I tried everything. I do the Russian purl right now, and it's okay. It knits very nice, but it doesn't look as nice as I want it to look. So I knitted a few all over colorwork sweaters last year, and I knit colorwork with one thread in the left and one thread in my right hand. So my right hand, my English style hand, had a lot of practice while knitting that colorwork, and it felt also good. And I was watching a video of Andrea Mowry, I guess. I watched so many knitting podcasts, I don't know which it was especially, but about changing your knitting style. Maybe it doesn't suit you anymore. So I thought, should I practice the English knitting style more? So I tried, and it was quite okay, and it felt quite nice. And my knitting work looks much better. So I decided I'm gonna change my knitting style from continental to English style. But this top, the rib stitch, I love to knit rib stitch continental. I do it with continental knit stitches and Russian purl stitches, and it flows. The stitches flew off my needle, so I want to keep on with that, and I don't want to change my knitting style in the middle of a project. So I knitted and knitted, but it is, you can see the stitches are irregular. They are a bit wobbly, and this isn't blocked yet. I will put it in water after filming my podcast, but I don't know what's about the yarn because it's cotton. I don't know what it had to do with my knitting. I don't know, but I want to knit my second one in English, yes, in English style, a one for myself. I have the same yarn in a nice brown color, and I will make another one. I will cast it on this week in English style. I tried knitting, but I will tell you later about it when I show you another project. I tried a nice way for knitting rib stitch English style, as fast, no, not as fast, but as logical as it could be. So it was okay for me to not wear this, and I don't want to rip it out because I absolutely want to knit another one in English style, and I'm very curious if there will be a difference between this one. Will the stitches look neater when I knit English style? I will tell you. Okay, what should I say? Tell more about this one? I don't know. I love this pattern. I have quite a lot summer tops in my Ravelry library now, maybe in my favorites, and every time I think, should I make another one maybe? But I love this one so much. So and it's also I have new skirts. This is an old skirt. It's from Simply Grey. I ordered it 2 years ago at an online shop here in the Netherlands, a little shop around the corner. And a few weeks ago, I received two extra ones, a green one and a black one with buttons, and the other, this one and the other one don't have buttons. But it's quite like an how do you say it in English? I have Google Translate as my friend next to me. Oh, it's the same word. It's quite like a uniform. I have so many dresses and skirts, and every morning I have to decide what to put on. And some days a dress feels very good, and another day I don't like to wear it. And since I have my new skirt, so I have 3 linen skirts, and I wear them all the time, and I can change the color, and I always wear them with a black how do you call it? A black t-shirt or a black, just a shirt without sleeves. And I have them with no sleeves, with short sleeves, with long sleeves, and it's always okay. And I can put a knitted cardigan when I have it cold, or a scarf, or a shawl, or a summer top. And maybe I'm gonna knit this pattern in different colors. I don't know, but it's good, and I don't have to think what to put on this morning. No, just what color, and that's okay. So I love my uniform, my summer uniform. So we shall see how long it lasts. Okay. I've been busy with my first test knit all last week, and now I don't have had many knitting time, but I started the test knit for FiberTales, a sock, and I am halfway the second sock, and I love to knit it, but it also kept me busy because it was a new heel construction for me, and I'm not a very quick learner. I make mistakes and rip out, make a mistake and rip out. That's my way of knitting. That's my way of learning new things. And that's okay, but it costs some time. So I'm busy with that. And I can show you, although I can show you this one because there's nothing excited. This is the sock the second sock I'm knitting on, and yeah, I spent most of my knitting time on this last week, but I will show them and tell you all about the pattern, which is lovely, when Lerke from FiberTales have shown the grammatic. I have a dramatic grammatic. When she launches her pattern, when she shows her pictures, I will show my pictures and tell you all about it. Okay, but I've casted on another sock, and this is my first sock. Oh no, I also knit the socks, the FiberTales socks, English style, and I also casted on a new sock. Relax. I want to talk very fast. My thoughts go very fast, and my mouth can keep it up, the speed of my head. So I have to breathe and talk slowly, because maybe otherwise it's not nice to listen to. You can slow down the sound of YouTube videos. Okay. This sock, my sock blocker is not here, but this sock is for a friend. It was a gift for his birthday, and I don't have a deadline because his birthday was in April, and he gets them. But I knit on them every day for half an hour in the morning, and it's a long yarn sock yarn. Long Yarn's Super Socks Chemical Elements. I thought it was a stripy yarn with brown and grey and black, and it is stripy, but it also has a pattern in it a bit. I decided to do a rib stitch at the front for two reasons. When I knit socks for somebody, I love to use a rib stitch because there's some extra stretch, and the fit, the chance the fit of the sock is good, improves when I use a rib stitch, and also I love to knit a rib stitch continental, as I just said, but I want to practice rib stitch English style. So I do, and I'm still knitting on my long needles, magic loop, and I will tell you about that later, because I'm also changing my favorite needle. But I'm knitting English style and rib stitch, and my English style knitting is a bit between English style and flicking in. You have throwing, picking and flicking. Throwing is English style, you throw the yarn. Yeah, I don't have to tell you, but maybe when you are a new knitter, I guess most knitters know, I don't know. When you throw your yarn, you throw it around your needle. When you pick it with your left hand, that's continental knitting. And flicking is you don't throw, you hold your needles in your hand and you flick it around your needle with your right finger. So I tried flicking a while ago, and it was not I prefer English style throwing, but I'm discovering how more I knit English style, how more I flick. Is that okay? I love to flick, and I watched a YouTube video about flicking rib stitch, because every time I changed between a knit and a purl stitch while ribbing, I do a 2x2 rib, I have to make an extra movement to get the yarn at the front of at the back of my needle. And when I watched a YouTube video about flicking the rib stitch, I saw you can you can put the yarn to the front or to the back while knitting. Oh, yeah, of course, while knitting, Sarah, of course. Now you put your needle in, and before you it's so hard for me to explain this in English. Before you have to. Maybe if I think about it, I will put a link under here in the description box. But it is, you make a movement, you make your yarn. Maybe it will work out when I do it. You put your yarn around the needle. You flick your yarn through, and before you drop the stitch, you got the yarn in front of your needle. You hold. Oh, don't try this to explain. Don't try this if you don't know the right words. Then you drop your needle off your stitch off your needle, and you can knit the purl stitch. Excuse the noise of my stitch marker. And the purl stitch, you need your stitches on the needle, and you go between, and the yarn is at the back. It was completely logical and a very nice way to knit rib stitch, English style, flicking style. I tried to remember to put the link here under, and otherwise you can just search on flicking rib stitch that on YouTube, and you will find it yourself. Oh, I'm struggling with the words and the sentences, but okay. That's that. I started another project, and it was not exactly a planned project, but I finished my granny square blanket last week, and I was a bit sad because I don't have a granny square project. I do have a knitting project, a crochet project, and I do have two knitting blankets, one crochet, but it was more of a ripple pattern. I don't have granny squares on the needles, but I don't need a blanket also. So I was thinking, and I had some ideas, and then I was searching on Ravelry. You know, when you dive in the rabbit hole of Ravelry, you find very nice stuff. So I found a cardigan with granny squares. I don't know, maybe it's I didn't saw this pattern ever. It is from Amy Christoffers, and I guess it's the same Amy Christoffers as the one of my Acer cardigan, and I don't have it, but of the Felix cardigan and the Felix sweater. But look at this! A granny square cardigan with a knitted rib, cuffs and hem, and a button band. It's perfect. And a V-shaped neckline. It was absolutely what I wanted, and I could crochet granny squares. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, so it made me very happy. I looked in my stash, and I decided to use a bit of stash yarn, and I wanted to make a bit of summery cardigan. So I found, I will show them, a few balls of long yarns Kylie, and it's a mix, and I don't have the labels on them anymore, but it's a mix of cotton and other stuff. I don't remember. So I choose the colors I love together, and I ordered a few new skeins of dark brown long yarns Kylie for the bottom band and the main color. So my plan is to crochet granny squares, and I have two balls of this color, and I will use them for every 5th row of the granny squares, and the other colors I will change. So this is now the 4th row, the next granny square, this will be my 1st, and the yellow will be the 2nd, and they will schrijven op. Let me look for the right word. they will move up one row every granny square. And they all have a brown last row. And although this is sport weight yarn, and it was I don't remember anymore, but I guess the yarn Barocco Lanas, it's also a free pattern designed for Barocco. I don't know the brand, but I see it's USA and Canada. It's on the paper. Dus maybe it's not any European yarn brand. I've never seen it there, but the yarn she uses, I guess 100 gram was 100 meter. I don't know if I remember this correctly. This is 100 gram, 150 meter. I don't know. No, 50 gram was 100 meter. No, I don't remember it exactly. I guess 50 gram was 100 meter, and this yarn is 50 gram, 150 meters. I guess it was that. But a granny square has to measure 14 centimeters on the diagonal on this line. And this is the same. I went one needle size down, not 3.75, but 3 millimeter needle. And this is the right gauge. Dus I'm very happy. And we will see. You have to crochet granny squares, and you also have to crochet triangles and these little quarters. And it's a free pattern, so I can show you. Oh, look at this! You crochet them all together in a shape, and it's all explained. All explained how you crochet them together. So it's a bit of a puzzle. I don't like to puzzle, but we shall see. I do love the granny squares, and I absolutely enjoy making them, and I'm very looking forward to this cardigan. So, okay. Last thing I want to tell you about is I went to a knitting event, a craft event in the Netherlands. Last weekend there was the Handwerkbeurs in Zwolle, and for me it was February 2020 when I also went to the Handwerkbeurs in Zwolle, and that was the last time. And I was very looking forward to this one because I went there with a nice knitting friend, a nice craft friend. I also went with her to the Handwerkbeurs in 2020, and we haven't seen each other since then. We talk to each other, but not we don't live near each other, although the Netherlands aren't very big, of course. But it was very nice to see Ingrid again, and we talked, and we had a lot of fun, and we also met a lot of old friends. I also haven't seen them in 2 years. And we've chat about all the knitting and all the things, and it was very lovely. And I also met new people, and we had a great day. And it made me very happy. It was a very good day. And of course, I didn't came home with an empty bag. Of course, I didn't need anything, but yeah. First of all, let me say, I finally bought me a set of Chogu shorties. Actually, I already have the blue one, and that was a gift from a company, and which I'm very happy and grateful for. But I haven't told about it yet in my podcast because they are not online yet. Although in the Netherlands they are not online. But I discovered how knitting is with short needles. And for me, continental knitting, it is not, I prefer longer needles. But knitting English style, these short needle points are perfect. I'm very happy with it. I already have the blue set, but it's quite a lot of money. So I was in doubt, should I buy the red shorty set or not? And I absolutely want a sock needle, a short sock needle. So I was thinking, will I buy only a sock needle or will I buy the whole set? And we came at Wol met Verven van Sylvia, and she had everything, and that was a sign. I just have to buy the complete set. Yeah, and I directly started in the train back home my sock for FiberTales. I put it on from the magic loop, which was my absolutely favorite for a long time. But now, I'm sorry, magic loop, this is so much faster. It isn't. This sock flew off my needle. I get a bit stuck at the heel, but this part, it was in an evening, and it was, yeah, so fast. So this is absolutely now my favorite go-to. A short, these are the shorties, and then the 5 centimeters, I guess. Yes, 5 centimeters on the shortest cable, 13 centimeter cable. So it's the smallest circumference you can get with the set, and these are 60 stitches on my needle, and it's quite busy on my needle, but I love it. I love it this way. So I can't wait to finish this sock and then put on this sock on that needle, because it will knit very fast and very nice. So I'm very, very happy with this set. I was a bit in doubt about also buy some extra cables, because I have the blue set. I have all the cables in another size. I don't understand exactly. I didn't understand exactly which cable belonged to which set, but now I do, I guess. I have to have mini cables. Mini red cables for this set, and in the set are a cable of 13, 15 and 20 centimeters, and when I knit a garment I do need a larger cable, a longer cable, and there is a cable connector, so I can connect the 15 and 20 centimeter cable to each other, not the 13, because I need that for my sock. The other two I can connect together, but I guess I need a longer cable. So I will order that. But first I have to try. I guess when I knit my my third crop top, secret crop top. So I'm very happy with this Xiaogu set. Xiaogu, I don't know how to pronounce Xiaogu. Xiaogu, I guess. Xiaogu are absolute my favorites. Then the yarn. I didn't want to buy too much yarn, because I have a big stash with all the nice lovely wool, and so many yarn, so many patterns. I don't need more, but I do sew more. First of all, my mother gave me her wishes. She said, I want to knit white ankle socks for summer. Can you look to a nice white woolly sock yarn for me? So I asked her, do you want white or do you want hand-dyed white with a speckle of something? Oh, I want both. She said, okay. So first I ordered, I bought at Lindewool, it's a Dutch company, a sock yarn, and it's the same which I'm knitting the FiberTales socks with. I dyed this myself, but this is the undyed version, and it's lovely. It's 60% wool, 20% silk and 20% rami, and oh, it feels so lovely, so nice, and I think it's perfect for summer socks, because there's nothing there's not a nylon in. It's not artificial artificial. There aren't any artificial fibers in it, so it doesn't get sweaty in your shoes in summer when you have hot feet. So I absolutely love it, and she saw it, and she loved it too. She loves it too. And I also bought a skein of a lovely sock yarn. It's the basic sock from Walnut Verve. Sylvia, the lovely lady, is her logo. She dyes absolutely stunning yarns, and there was also a white one with quite quite bright speckles, and I thought my mom would love that, but these colors, I would love them. My mom loves everything. She's not a difficult person to choose for. So I love these colors together with some dark brown black speckles, and yeah. So my mom was very happy, and me too, because it's always nice to look some nice sock yarn. Which also made me happy was that a lot of companies, hand dyers, had mini skeins. I have a very big collection of sock yarn, fingering weight, hand-dyed sock yarn, and all the skeins, I want them all, but I don't need them all. I have more socks than I can wear. All my friends have socks, all my family have socks, and although there are always people who want more socks, and I know that, you don't have to tell me. I love knitting socks, but I also love to knit other things. But I have memory blankets, and these tents do have mini skeins, and I have to separate them, so you are there. First of all, I was at Bad Katu Yarn, a lovely also Dutch dyer, and she had a big basket with all the mini skeins. DK, I've heard mohair, but I haven't seen that. And this is all, it's not sock yarn, it's all 100% merino, I guess. Yes, all 20 grams, 80 meters in the most lovely color. So this is a lovely color, a solid. I love this color combination. This is quite a bit of brown, and this is a gray one. And I asked my friend Ingrid if she want to choose a color for in my memory blanket, and she chose this one because she has always the nice red lipstick and the nice red nails. Not always, but she did have Friday. So I love to knit a square in my cozy memories with the cozy memory blanket with this one, and of course in my northeasterly. I have to get them separated from my sock yarn because this isn't sock yarn, so I will put them all in my memory blankets. And later we walked by Dutch Wool Diva. Do I say it? Yes. I'm sorry, I know Dutch Yarn Diva, no, Dutch Wool Diva, of course I know the name. And she also had mini skeins, and I bought this lovely kind of caramel. And I guess this is, it doesn't have a label, but I'm pretty sure this is sock yarn. But I will put them in my memory blanket. Oh, and then, this is my... I will put them up for you. I also bought 3 skeins of this lovely, beautiful yarn. It's also from Lindewool, a Dutch company, little company. It's the same yarn as I bought for my mother. 60% wool, 20% silk, and 20% rami. In the color Red Tiger Eye. Oh, I love it. It's a bit of brown, red, hand dyed with a bit of color change, and it's such a warm, deep color. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. And I was wearing a cardigan, a summer cardigan at the knitting event, which I knitted in superwash merino yarn. And I love the lightweighted cardigan for summery warmer days. But I don't love the look of the superwash merino especially. So I want to knit it in a non-superwash yarn, but I've changed my plans already because when I was at home, I was in the Ravelry rabbit hole and I discovered another pattern. I want, it will be a cardigan, and it will be a lightweight cardigan. But I guess I'm not gonna tell already. When I cast on, I have to think about it a bit. And there was also a lovely viewer of my podcast, and she gave me this, and she said you can knit a kind of small sock tube, and you put it on, and then you have an piggy bank. A spaarpot, a piggy bank. You can put your money in there, your coins. And I found it very funny, a knitted penny bag or a piggy bag. Is that the correct word? Yeah, we have a piggy as a piggy bank. A piggy bank. Okay, you can let me know if that's, how do you say that in English in your country. But I love it, and I need it also because I spend all my money. So I will knit or maybe crochet. I don't know what I will do, but I love it, and I love the gift. It was a very, very nice lady. So that was very nice. Okay, this was all I want to tell you about. Yeah, I'm gonna knit on my socks, and I'm cast on my new top, and maybe already the cardigan. I don't know. I don't know if I have much knitting time this week. I had a very busy weekend with all lovely things. We went to France, and my sister's birthday was, but I don't have much knitting time, and I also drank a few glasses of wine, and when we came home, I started knitting, and the next day I discovered a big mistake in my sock. So that was not a good combination. So better tea for me. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.